Hello guys, welcome back to the crew calling all units. Comparison test number 36. The Hypercars in circuit spec. That's what we are going to have a look at. I already mentioned it in a previous video, we are not gonna take one to the winners battle because they are not fast enough, surprisingly enough. We only have two contenders and the first one is the Lamborghini Murcielago LP640. The 640 standing for 640 horsepower, or brake horsepower, or in this case it will be horsepower, I think. Little difference, horsepower, brake horsepower, and sometimes they are used in the wrong way, let's put it that way. So to make it clear once and for all, you have the PS, which is like the German horsepower, the European horsepower, whatever you want to call it. And that is measured, if you go by the kilowatt, 1 kilowatt is 1.36 horsepower. 100 kilowatts, 136 PS or horsepower. Then you have the American horsepower, which to which they say horsepower, but it's actually brake horsepower. It's measured differently, it's measured the force to the brakes. And there 1 kilowatt is 1.34 horsepower or brake horsepower. So 100 kilowatts is 134 horsepower, and that kind of makes it for every 100 horsepower, for every 100 kilowatt you have 2 horsepower difference. And that's why you sometimes see different numbers for the same car, although it might be close. So to put it, for instance, for this car is 640 horsepower, which is about 470 kilowatts, I believe. Let's have a look. Oh, it's gonna be a bit less. No, it is. 470 kilowatts times 136 is about 639, 640 horsepower. So it's about 630 brake horsepower. That's what it comes down to. But yeah, what is the problem with this car? It's kind of okay handling wise. It oversteers a little bit, but I think the main problem is acceleration. Once you get it going, it's kind of okay, but coming out of the corners you get some wheel spin and it's not really going, and I think that's where you lose the time compared to some of the supercars, for instance. But if you take it to a track, it's one of those cars that it will do more than okay on a circuit track. Just a bit of sliding, as you see here. Bit of oversteer and wheel spin here again. I'm already taking the inside of the corners to not make it slide too much about, but kind of pushing it here and there, this car. And even then I come to a time of 330.8, while some of the supercars easily go under 330. So it does not really deserve, if you go by that time. You need to go 330 to make it to the winners battle. There are cars in the supercars category, Mercedes SLR, Mercedes SLS, they did 327, 328, the AMG GT. They also did not make it to the winners battle in the supercars category. then you cannot take a hypercar with the time of 3:30 in it either. But other than that, the Murcielago is probably the best of the two, because the other one is the Pagani Zonda R, and yeah, that is pretty simple. That has like a body kit, and it makes it a stiff body chassis, and yeah, then you're gonna get situations like with the Maserati MC12. As long as you can keep it on the road, all good. A little bit in the off-road, or a little bit you touch something somewhere, you're gonna lift up, you're gonna fly all over the place, you're gonna roll over on your roof and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing you can expect with this car, unless you can keep it sorta in the middle of the road. Long 6th gear as well, apparently. I do think it has 7 gear. Most of these circuit specs do have 7 gear, so. But it also lacks acceleration coming out of the corners. You do not boost, you're not really going anywhere. Sliding over, steering, sliding through the corners. A little bit of two-wheel action there due to the body kit again. This body kit, they may look okay, or they may look great in some people's eyes, but handling wise, those are a killer in this game for many of the circuit specs. Two-wheel action again, and then you end up in the wall. Corrections also a bit of a problem. Like there was a pickup there, try to avoid it. It doesn't act as swiftly and smoothly as it should, or as you want it to be, and that all makes that you lose time. Few tenths here, few tenths there, and at the end you are 2-3 seconds slower than the faster cars. So here, correction not possible. You see the van coming, or the SUV, and try to avoid it, and by the time the car actually reacts, yeah, the van is already there. Wheel spinning, stuck in gear. Oversteering, sliding through the corners. We lost a few tenths there as well. Same here. If you really do run after run after run, I'm pretty sure you can go under 330. But yeah, then again, if you can get a super run with the Ferrari, I'm sure you can get way under 320 as well. So. But somehow we made it to the finish. In a time of 3:31.7, almost 3:32. Same as for the Murcielago goes for this Zonda. It's not fast enough. It is not fast enough to go into the winner's battle. Because yeah, there's nothing to gain there. If you put it up against the Ferrari and the Ford GT and such, these things are too slow. Which is also the reason I did not pick a winner for this Hypercars category, and we took a few more supercars. I took 3 winners from the supercar category instead of one of the Hypercars. But we will see in the next videos what we will do. The idea is to get like 10, 11 of the faster cars into the winner's battle. As I always done it with the other specs as well, I will do the same with the circuit specs. I will see you guys in the next one, and that will be the muscle cars, I believe. I will see you guys then, and bye for now.